Oracle from Empress Oracle. Thought I'd do a reading today. Let's see what we get. What do we get? Whose reading am I going to do? And it is landing on Aquarius? Nope. Pisces? Nope. Okay. There we go. So it looks like it might be landing on Taurus. If it's going to stay there. Yeah? Yeah. Alright, Taurus. Here we go. So I'm going to be doing a spiritual reading for Taurus. We're going to want to know what is going on in your mind, your body, and your spirit. Your physical state, your emotional state, and your spiritual state. Your subconscious, your conscious, and your super consciousness. Then there's going to be an option 1, an option 2, and an option 3. And with your mind, what you think. With your body, what you feel. And with your spirit, what do I do? Spirit guides, guardian angels, soul tribe, collective, thank you for each and every day. Thank you for this day of reconciliation for the natives. You see, I'm wearing orange today. Have my nails painted orange as well. It's a really sad thing. When I was growing up, I went to an elementary school called Quadra Elementary. And when I was there, the back field had a big long fence all the way down. And I remember this little boy came to the fence and he said to me, hey, and he asked me to come over to him. So I came over and he put his hand through the fence and he says, can you help me find my mommy? And at the time, I'm just a little girl. I had no idea what was going on, right? And now I look back and I realize like they were all Indian kids. It was a residential school. And just the thought makes me sick to my stomach, and I cried today thinking about it, that all those children were taken from their parents, right? And that was, in 1982, 84 at the time. Yeah, and that was in Victoria, BC. And he was confused, obviously. He didn't know where his mom was. But anyways, back to Taurus's reading. Hello, Taurus. Let's see where it is. Let's put our energies in Taurus. So I ask that my spirit guides be here with me to help me channel these messages. I set the intention in whatever that is gained from the lessons learned from this tool will be dedicated into the growth of all beings in all places. So for Taurus, let's see where your energy is at. Alright, here we go. So let's see where your mind is. Your mind, body, and soul. What do we need to focus on? The mind. Taurus, your mind. Where is your mind on this time? I like to take jumpers. So I relay a lot on jumpers. What's going on in the mind, Taurus? At this time, what is going on in the mind? Alright. So, in the mind you have 5 o'clock. Cups. You're feeling at a loss with something. Okay? But remember that there's 2 cups behind you. So whatever you're focusing on as a loss, there's always something to be positive. And for you, you're also contemplating within your physical state. You're contemplating. You have the 7 of Pentacles here. So decisions. You're deciding where you want to keep your harvest. Like your growth in perhaps schooling, your job, money, something like that. So you have a harvest of something and you're now thinking about where you want to keep on putting the efforts in at this time. So that's sort of what's on your mind and the physical state you're in. You feel sort of guarded at this time. You feel combated. Your subconscious right now is feeling guarded and kind of like irritable, sort of in a fighty, flighty mode. You don't want to put up with anybody's energy or bullshit at this time. Alright? So that's what I got for you, Taurus. So what is the option here for your mind? What can Taurus do for their mind at this time to quiet the mind down? The option here, what can Taurus do to quiet this mind down? Alright. And we have this one too. Okay, so the moon. Alright, take rest. Take rest. So don't concentrate on what you don't know. Things are hidden at this time and you're wondering what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen. And the universe is telling you there's things you just don't know, and just to have patience with that. Alright? You also have the Four of Swords. That's right, it's time to take rest. It's time to just hold on to that one sword and let the other three swords, your intellect, just sort of take rest at this time. Okay, so that's all for your mind. Now we'll take a look at your body's emotional state. Alright, Taurus, what's your body's emotional state at? Emotional state. The Seven of Swords. There's a lot of sevens in here. Seven of Wands. Okay, so Seven of Wands is a fast action, fighting and guarding and irritation. Yes, we got that. But we also have the Seven of Swords here. So you're emotionally feeling, again, like protecting something, guarding something, not wanting to be putting up with bullshit. Because that's your emotional state. What's in your conscious right now? Taurus, what's in your conscious? Alright. The High Priestess. So this is the all-knowing. So it's like a seer. You can feel the energies, you see the energies, you can see through people's manipulative bullshit. You know when you're being told a story that's like deflecting or diverting away from what really is truth, right? So that's good. That your conscience is intact with the High Priestess. That is really good. What's the option we can do here for your physical, emotional state of your body? What can you do for Taurus's physical, emotional state of body at this time? What is your advice? What is your advice for Taurus's emotional state of body at this time? What is your advice? Emotional state. Taurus's emotional state of body. Okay. And we have the Two of Cups. Alright. That's the Two of Cups is making a decision. So it's a decision between two choices. Two jobs, two lovers, two homes, to move. Well, I said two homes. Yeah. So it's making a left or right turn in your life. So that's your body emotional state. Spirit wants you to make a choice on what is best for your emotional state and your body. This could be a decision even in pregnancy. I know that's, yeah, well, it's whatever's coming to my brain, right? Taurus, what do you feel? Taurus, what do you feel? What does your body feel? The Hermit. You feel trapped, you feel alone, or maybe you don't feel trapped, but you feel in contemplation of yourself. You don't see past other options other than you need to do this for yourself. So you're solely depending on yourself. That's sort of what you're feeling. Maybe because you're feeling this way and we have the Two of Cups here, it might be Spirit's way of saying there's a second person involved in this situation, that don't try to carry all the burden by yourself, Hermit, with the Hermit here, right? That the Hermit's holding a lamp and the lamp is showing the way of the light, right? So he's not fully alone. He is guided by the light. He is guided by the Aquarian energy, which is the intellect energy. So not saying that this person that you're dealing with is Aquarian. It could be any sign, right? But it could be that you, Spirit's saying, collaborate with the second person on making your decisions, or talk to somebody about it, like a counselor, a friend, a sister, a brother, something like that, right? Okay, and then we have the third pile we're going to do is Spirit, spiritual state, super conscious. And so how is your spirit feeling at this time, Taurus? How's your spirit feeling at this time? This is kind of weird. I mean, I almost feel like I should pick a different deck just to look at the spirit side of things. But let's see what we got here. We have the Nine of Swords. Yeah. Figuring out when and where to cut things out at the time. This is really contemplating on what your next move is. Right here. Your spirit is awakened. Spiritual state. What do we need to know about Taurus's spiritual state? Call on your spirit guides. You may have spirit animals that are birds in Ten of Swords. So your spirit wants to let go of these burdens that are keeping you enslaved or trapped within your superconscious. What's in your superconscious state? What's in your superconscious state? The Fool. Your superconscious state wants to release out of all this impact that it's been going through. It really just wants a new beginning. It wants to refresh itself. Alright? What advice do we have from our spirit guides here for Taurus, for their spirit? How can Taurus mend their spirit? How can Taurus help their own spirit at this time? What is the advice? How can Taurus help their spirit at this time? Ooh, I'm getting a ringing in my right ear. So spirit, Taurus, you're being distracted by something else spiritually. There's something in your energy that's being interrupted. That's interrupting your inner spirit right now. I can feel it in my ear. We have the Three of Swords. It came out in the reverse. Okay. So what your spirit guides are telling you that will help you out with your spirit is not to focus on the sadness and the burdens and the heartache that you've gone through. Your spirit needs to let go of it. Or it could be that your spirit has overcome it. You've overcome the hurt and the pain and the loss. Spirit, what do I do? Taurus wants to know what do they do? What do they do for spirit? What do they do? Taurus wants to know what do they do for spirit? Taurus wants to know what do they do for spirit? The Lovers. Show love upon yourself, love upon others, and love yourself. Take care of yourself. This is also communication. This is also Gemini. Gemini is all about communicating, talking with one another, having long conversations, figuring things out. This is mixing your emotions with your intellect. And home, body, and soul. Mind, body, spirit, soul. Here we go. Okay, so that's what I got for you for the tarot. Let's see what else we can get out of these cards. See what else messages we have for your mind, body, and spirit. Spirit guides, guardian angels. What do we have for Taurus? What advice do you have for their mind, their body, and their spirit? What advice do you have for their mind, their body, and their spirit? For the sign of Taurus, what advice do you have for their mind, their body, and their spirit? Show me their mind. What advice do you have for their mind right now? For the sign of Taurus, what advice do you have for their mind? Okay, we have 3 cards that came flying out. We have Guardian Angel. You are not alone. So this is advice. This is telling you that you're definitely not alone at this time. You have Seer. See beyond the current situation. Yes, we have the Seer, right? Like I said, with the High Priestess here, where is she? The High Priestess, what did the High Priestess come out with? Your consciousness? Was it your consciousness? So you can already detect through people's things that they're telling you, the thoughts that they're having. You can read their energy, and this is what the Seer is, right? This is a person that is like psychic, sort of. You can see beyond the current situation. You can read energies, just like this High Priestess right here. So this is another confirmation from Spirit that Taurus, you are intact. Here we go. And then we have Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect, okay? So take a look at yourself and how you're feeling, and see if you are judging others just as harshly as you feel like they're judging you. And could you be wrong in your judgment, or could you be judging yourself too hard, okay? So that's what we have there. Let's see, have another deck here. This is a really nice deck. Dear Taurus, what do you have, Spirit, for Taurus? What advice do you have for Taurus? So if you notice that I haven't really looked at what situations you're going on, because we're really just wanting to focus on how we can deal with the energies that were going in our mind, in our body, and in our spirit. How we can work through that, our central nervous system, and calm everything down, right? And we have duality, okay? Duality. This card is, this is about Mary Magdalene, apparently, and how people didn't understand exactly who she was. And so it's talking about misunderstandings and having different meanings. Like, there's different meanings to situations. There's different perspectives. And to do your homework, right? Look, she's holding a skull, and it's almost like she's got a book here and a candle, and it's almost like she's learning on life. She's learning on death. She's learning on life and death, right? The duality between the living and the dead and the spirit from the graves and beyond. So you might be facing situations where it feels like there's just too many misunderstandings, not being heard, not being respected, people walking over your boundaries, or they think that you're setting too high of boundaries, and it's becoming a duality, right? So now we have the divine feminine. Woo! Why'd the door open like that? And we have miracles, ancient wisdom. Okay? So, feminine energy. You have very good energy, and it's also the 7 here, which is, again, is like an Aquarius power. You have lots of good energy that you withhold, and you can teach others to use their power and their energy. And this also attracts miracles to you, right? Okay, so that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Much love, and I'll see you next time. From Nicole.